Hey everyone, welcome back to TSC Connect. I'm Physio Andrea, and today we have a highly requested video that's dedicated to core activation and stabilization. It's labeled as beginner level, but it really is appropriate for everyone at every level, and it's a little sneaky. It actually gets pretty hard as we move through the movements. We walk through some foundational exercises that help you tune into those deeper, more subtle core muscles that support your spine. And this is a great movement routine to do as a warm-up to one of the other workouts that we have on our channel, or to do on a day where you have pain or symptoms, or on a day that you feel you just need a gentler movement session. One thing I would like to add here, if you're located in British Columbia and you want to do a one-on-one session with one of our scoliosis trained physiotherapists, contact the ScoliClinic, and our details are in the description below. Thanks, enjoy this gentle core activation movement routine. Let's start our gentle core activation routine by practicing how to activate the Transversus abdominis muscle, which is a large flat muscle that wraps around your abdomen to support your spine. Find a lying down position with your knees bent. You can crawl your shoulders and your head away from your pelvis to create some elongation in your trunk. From here, take 2 fingers on each hand and place them on the inside of your hip bones, kind of as sensors. So you're not pushing, you're just trying to see if you can feel some activity there. Inhale nice and deep, expanding your rib cage. As you exhale, think in your mind, you're visualizing drawing your hip bones, these pelvis bones together, which also kind of flattens the abdomen a little bit. So you're not sucking in, don't brace or crunch, and you're not holding your breath. It's just a very subtle drawing inward movement. Another visualization that might work is if you're thinking about squeezing gently your pelvic floor muscles or your P muscles, and you're just activating to create a little bit of a lift from the bottom, you should feel a little bit of a puff of the muscles underneath your fingers here. So for the next 30 seconds, we'll practice inhaling in a natural inhale, nice and relaxed, and then as you exhale, see if you can activate that transversus abdominis muscle ever so gently for the whole duration of your exhale. We're doing this for 30 seconds, going at your own pace. Ready, set, go. So next, we're going to try to add some leg movement to the core activation to see if we can keep our pelvis centered and stable as we're moving our limbs. So again, finger sensors are just on the inside of these pelvic bones. Inhale to expand through your trunk. As you exhale, gently draw those pelvis bones together, thinking about move. They're not actually going to move. You're just you're visualizing that they're moving together. And as you activate over your core, you're going to lower one knee to the side and then bring it back up. So inhale, exhale, activate your core, lower one knee, and then return to start. Inhale, exhale, activate your core, keeping your pelvis stable and lowering your knee. If your pelvis doesn't stay stable, you'll see that it'll want to come with your leg. So that's a good sensor to see if you're able to keep your core activated. We're alternating sides for 30 seconds. Go at your own pace. Ready, set, go. Next, we're progressing the movement. So it's going to be a little bit harder. Same thing with your inhale, you're going to expand your rib cage. Exhale, activate your core at the same time, lifting one leg and then lowering it back down just to tap your heel to the floor. So not a full rest, just an active tap, okay? So inhale, expand. Exhale, lift while your core is activating, and then tap back down. Inhale again. Exhale, lift, and tap back down. Okay, we're doing this right side only for 30 seconds, trying to keep your core active as the leg is moving. You can take a break with your core in between as you inhale. Ready, set, go. In 3, 2, 1. Now we're moving to our upper body. So keep your feet flat on the floor with your knees bent. This time, float both arms up to reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale first. Activate your core as you exhale, and at the same time, lower one arm down towards the floor. Now be careful not to arch your back as your arm lowers down. Try and keep your back flat on the floor with a little bit of a gentle scoop under your lower back. Okay, so inhale, exhale, core activation as you lower one arm and bring it back to the center. Repeat on the other side. Inhale, exhale, lower that arm down towards the floor and back to center. Okay, we're alternating sides for 30 seconds, trying to maintain your core activation as you move. Ready, set, go. Okay, this time it's a similar movement, except we're moving both of our arms at the same time. And this is a little bit trickier because it becomes more tempting to arch your back as your arms lower back down. But see if you can engage your core to keep your rib cage down as well and keep your spine in that neutral position. So inhale, expanding the ribs. Exhale, activating that core again as you lower your arms down overhead just to touch your thumbs, and then come back up to start. Okay, we're repeating this movement. Exhale, core activation, lowering your arms at the same time, and then float them back to start. Do this for 30 seconds at your own pace. Ready, set, go. Let's transition back to moving our lower body with a little bit more of a complex movement for our legs. So again, inhale, expand, exhale, activate your core, but this time the movement is lift your leg, straighten it out in front of you, bring it back to the bent position, and then tap your heel down. We're repeating on this right side for 30 seconds and then switching to the left. So, moves like this. Exhale, lift, straighten, bend, and tap. Exhale, lift, straighten, bend, and tap. Trying to keep your trunk and your head neutral as you extend your leg. If you're sliding up and down the mat as your leg is moving, then it means that your core isn't fully stabilizing your body. So try to do a smaller movement. So if this is too hard, you can always extend your leg up towards the ceiling to shorten the lever instead of extending it all the way out in front of you, okay? Do this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. In 3, 2, 1. Another movement for your legs. This time we're doing leg circles, which is quite challenging for your core to stabilize your trunk. So staying in this position, hands again on the inside of your pelvis bones. This time reach your leg up. It doesn't really matter the angle that your leg is. The lower that your foot is, the more difficult it is. So you can choose something in between. From here, try and again think about gently activating your core. See if you can keep it activated the whole time. The movement is a gentle and slow circle with your leg for 30 seconds. It doesn't really matter which direction you choose, but stay consistent for both sides. Ready? Moving at your own pace, keeping your core active, trying to keep your trunk and pelvis neutral. Ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now it's going to get a little bit harder with a self-resisted movement. So you can place your hands on your thighs. As you inhale, again, expand through your rib cage and your trunk. Exhale, you're going to push your hands into your thighs and you'll feel your core activate a little bit more. Okay, so you have two choices. The easier version is to keep your feet flat on the floor, or the more difficult version is to bring your legs up into tabletop, and you'll feel that this is significantly harder. So your choice here. So again, you can take breaks as much as you want during the 30 seconds, but try and come back to maintaining that push as long as you can. Here we go. Ready, set, go. the last movement that we're doing lying on our back, and it's our favorite exercise for our core, the dead bug. So floating your legs into tabletop position. The closer your knees are, the easier this is. The farther they are, the more difficult it is. So choose something in between. Floating your arms up towards the ceiling. From here, inhale. Activate that core again by thinking about wrapping those muscles around your abdomen. As you do that, you're going to lower your opposite arm and leg, and then come back to the start position. Inhale, exhale, lower. Okay, we're doing this for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Let's flip over to move into a 4-point position. So place your hands flat on the floor with your shoulders over your wrists and your knees directly underneath your hips. Okay. For this exercise, the movement is an arm circle with one arm. And so the challenge is to keep your core activated. You don't want to arch and you don't want to round. So try to keep a neutral spine with a lengthened spine as well, and your shoulders away from your ears. From here, go ahead, and this time we're trying to move against gravity, activating our core to gently lift your belly button. From here, take your left hand and just reach it in front of you. You're just going to draw circles with your hand. The challenge is to not drop on your shoulder as soon as you lift up your hand, or not to rotate your body. So pretend that there's a glass of water that's balancing on your back and keep it balanced the whole time. Okay, do circles with one hand for 30 seconds and then we'll switch to the other side. Ready, set, go. Sides in 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to combine the core activation with some hip and glute movement. So move back into 4-point position, again making sure that your shoulders are active and your shoulders are away from your ears. The movement for this round is to take one leg and do a fire hydrant to the side, return to start, and do a donkey kick as a 2-part movement, okay? We're doing this side for 30 seconds and then switching to the other side. Try not to rotate your body as you lift your leg or arch your back as you do your donkey kick, trying to use your core to keep your trunk neutral the whole time. Ready, set, go. In 3, 2, 1. The next exercise is a bird dog. And so we really like this one for the 4-point position, as in it's kind of like the opposite to a dead bug. So find your 4-point position one more time. This time, hover one knee and the opposite hand at the same time. If your balance is a little bit tricky here, you can still place your toe and your pinky finger on the floor for support. Okay, so inhale. As you exhale, keep your core active again, and then reach your arm, opposite arm and leg away from each other without arching. So you're trying to aim for a straight line without too much rotation in your body. Return to the start, just keeping that hand and leg still hovering, and we're doing this repeat movement for 30 seconds on this side. Okay, ready, set, go. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. To cool down, let's do a modified child's pose with our hands on the floor. So keep your hips lifted so that they're not resting on your heels. Place your hands in front of you and then lower, you might need to slide your hands, but lower your body so that your armpits open towards the floor. This way, by keeping your hips lifted, it allows you to keep a neutral spine, because if your hips are down, your pelvis is down on your heels, you actually get a rounding of the spine. So keep your hips lifted a little bit. From here, think about opening your armpits without arching down to the floor. Keep your ribs neutral, and you're going to breathe, lengthening your spine and your rib cage for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Completed your workout for today. Great job. See you next time.